U.S. Secretary of State to attend funeral of party chief Nguyễn Phú Trọng.
Kamala Harris begins presidential campaign.
Unique traditional house of Mông people in Kỳ Sơn district.
Welcome to today's news. My name is Nguyễn Thị and I will be your guide through today's latest update. According to the U.S. State Department's announcement, Secretary of State Antony Blinken will come to Vietnam to attend the funeral of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng.
On Wednesday, Secretary Blinken will depart for his 18th
The U.S.
trip as
Department of
Secretary
State has announced that Secretary of State Antony Blinken will attend the funeral of Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng and extend condolences to the Vietnamese people. Previously, on July 20th, U.S. President Joe Biden also sent his deep condolences to the Vietnamese people and the family of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng upon learning of his death. In a statement, President Joe Biden highlighted General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng strong support for deepening relations between the U.S. and Vietnam. Under Mr. Trong's leadership, the friendship and partnership between the two nations were nurtured and developed.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris gave her first public speech, officially starting her election campaign after being nominated by Mr. Biden as a replacement candidate in the race for the White House.
Speaking to supporters in Wilmington, Delaware, where Mr. Biden's campaign is headquartered, Ms. Harris praised Mr. Biden's legacy and outlined a number of commitments and policies that she will follow. Harris also announced that she will defeat Mr. Trump in the presidential election in November. According to a recently published poll, Ms. Harris has received enough support from delegates to become the Democratic presidential candidate. Ms. Harris also just made history when her campaign claims it has raised $81 million, the highest amount in 24 hours in the history of the U.S. presidential election.
Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang hosted a reception for Special Advisor to the Japan-Vietnam Parliamentary Friendship Alliance, Takabe Sutomu, in Hanoi on July 22nd.
Looking forward to the 10th anniversary of the establishment of Vietnam-Japan University in October, Mr. Takabe Sutomu expressed his hope that the Vietnamese government will support and join hands with Japan to make the university a new symbol of the Vietnam-Japan Comprehensive Strategic Partnership for Peace and Prosperity in Asia and the world. Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang highly evaluated the initiative to bring graduates from the Vietnam-Japan University to Japan to engage in the apprentice program. Quang expected that the Japanese government, enterprises and organizations will continue assisting the university and its graduates, thus improving the establishment's training quality and attractiveness.
Coming up next are some updated news.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade has submitted a report to the government regarding the implementation of a pilot project for offshore wind power development, recommending that the private sector should not be assigned this task. The first phase assigns state-owned economic groups such as EVN and PVN to pilot the project. The Ministry of Industry and Trade believes that some items and works of this type of power source are similar to offshore oil and gas projects. Therefore, PVN has an advantage when using available databases and resources of the oil and gas industry in implementing pilot projects. With another option, Vietnam Electricity Group (EVN), as the unit assigned to implement the capital, has certain advantages when taking advantage of experience and capacity in investment, management and operation of factories and transmission systems.
Considering the proposal of the Ministry of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs regarding the proposed Lunar New Year and National Day holidays this year, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh agreed with the proposal of the Ministry of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs Conference on National Day holiday from August 31st to September 3rd. The Prime Minister assigned the Minister of Labour, War Invalids and Social Affairs to notify administrative agencies, public service agencies, political organisations, socio-political organisations and businesses, and workers about the National Day holiday 2024. This year's National Day holiday lasts 4 days, including 2 National Day holidays and 2 weekly days off.
Nghệ Department of Culture and Sports held a ceremony on July 23 to launch the art photo contest about the relics and landscapes of Nghệ An and the Fine Arts Creation Camp with the theme, Building People and Culture of Nghệ An to meet the requirements of sustainable development of the country and building new rural areas. The contest starts today and ends on August 31, 2024. The Fine Arts Creation Camp starts today and will complete the work on September 30th. The closing ceremony, awarding ceremony and exhibition are scheduled to celebrate Vietnam's Cultural Heritage Day on November 23rd.
Kỳ Sơn is the locality with the largest population of Mông ethnic people in Nghệ An province, with nearly 26,000 people, accounting for over 32% of the district's population. Along with many unique traditional cultural features that are still preserved, the housing architecture of the Mông people is also quite unique and is being preserved.
The house of the Mông people in Kỳ Sơn district is designed in a unified architectural pattern, with a ground floor and low roof. No matter how big or small the house is, it must have 3 rooms and a house must have at least 2 doors, including 1 main door and 1 side door. Houses with dirt floors and wooden pillars are associated with the habit of living on high mountain slopes and are characteristic and representative of the long-standing culture of the Mông people.
My house was left by our ancestors as a souvenir for all our descendants nearly 300 years ago. In the past, the Mông people did not have machines to saw and roof the house, so they only used hammers to chop, split and roofing like this.
Tay Son commune is far from Kỳ Sơn district center more than 12 kilometers. With a cold climate and traditional ancient houses of the Mông people, it is not only a place to preserve national cultural identity but also to develop eco-tourism, community tourism. It becomes an interesting destination for tourists to learn about the culture of Highland people. However, hundreds of years old houses with SAMU wood roofs are at risk of being lost due to many factors.
I hope the authorities will help the commune research and find a way to preserve these roofs to attract tourists. Meanwhile, local people have their own unique house features.
When arriving at the Mông villages, it is interesting to see the images of SAMU wood-roofed houses located close together on high mountain slopes. Over time, the roofs of SAMU houses have become moldy green, ancient, and quiet in the middle of the jungle, creating a simple and genuine beauty like the soul of the Highland people. These ancient houses are hundreds of years old, along with the language and costumes that create the unique characteristics of the Mông ethnic people in Kỳ Sơn district.
Implementing the project to preserve and promote the cultural identities of ethnic minorities in Kỳ Sơn district, initially the local government is continuing to mobilize people to preserve their cultural identities, especially houses made of SAMU wood. The district also sent a document to the Department of Science and relevant departments and units requesting coordination in preserving these houses.
Over time, the Mông ethnic people in highland districts of Nghệ An today have continuously improved the traditional houses to suit natural conditions, as well as daily life activities and productive labor, but these traditional features are still preserved.
That is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching and see you next time.